Welcome everyone to the Time Out podcast. I am your host, DJ. We have my co-host, DC.
Yeah, Evan. Yeah, I'm here.
As you can see, we have a special guest with us today. We have Richard Thomas back on the show. Now,
Hello.
why do we have Richard Thomas back on the show? Good question. It's because
Good question, me.
good question. It was a great question. It was a great question, which I will answer now. Richard is on the show today because a lot has happened this week, particularly in the NBA. The finals are over. Which team won again?
I think that might be the Bucks.
In
6, I think it was. I think it was
Bucks
6.
in 6.
Bucks in 6.
Bucks in 6. Bucks in 6.
I blame your stupid title from last episode. You had to put Bucks in 6. You had to.
I did. All through the championship, me and Chris were talking, and every single time the Bucks were playing and we'd win or we'd lose, I'd be like, it's fine. Bucks in 6. Bucks in 6. We played the Nets, and I was like, okay, maybe a bit more than 6 for this one. But then we played Atlanta, and then
Bro, I'll give you the number. I'll give you the number that mattered against the number that mattered against Brooklyn. Frantically Google searches what size shoe KD has. 18.
I knew it. The whole time you didn't up. I was like, this said KD's foot. This said KD's toe. He's gonna say something about KD's toe.
It's the toe.
He's got a size 18 feet. Bro, that toe is the difference between a massive amount of NBA fans believing Giannis is actually like a champion and like thinking he just can't win it all. That's the difference.
Basically, that toe is the difference between people going, is Giannis one of the greatest power forwards ever? Or people saying Giannis is one of the worst players in the league. It's like
Fucking hell.
NBA Twitter.
People win. Can you win with Giannis as your main player? Which is, as it turns out, you can.
Yeah.
As long as he hits a 50-piece and 17 of 19 free throws in the final game.
Yeah, fucking hell.
17 of 19.
He was a little bit dominant for that, and I'm all for it, man. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Numbers that only Shaka put up. Yeah, only a little bit dominant. Yeah. Only a little bit.
Well, let's have a look at this game. So obviously you had Giannis putting up 50. I mean, Bobby Portis had a decent game, you know.
He was fucking great.
He had 22 minutes, which he should have had it anyway. But he had 16 points. Chris Middleton added 17. Drew Holiday didn't do all that much, but I mean,
doesn't need to.
He added 11 assists and
He was saving us off.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the Olympics, and look how we're going now.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I do want to mention Pat Connaughton on the books. He had 22 minutes where he missed 4 shots, and the entire time he was on the court, the Bucks were outscored by 21 points. Also, Jeff Teague was on the court for 1 minute and 43 seconds, and they were outscored by 5. So I don't know how and why Mike Budenholzer ever gives him minutes, but he gave him 1 minute and 4. Well, he didn't give him minutes. He gave him 1 and 43 seconds.
It's probably like a pep talk. If this guy can get on, why can't you do it?
Fam.
Yeah. Maybe.Mayhaps.
Look where they are now, so it's all good.
It was. I mean, Bucks started. Did either of you watch this game?
I watched it. Yeah.
It's a rough one. It was a rough one until the end, I have to admit.
I was going to say, well, you started off dominantly in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was 29-16. and then Phoenix came back, and I think they were ahead by quite a bit, weren't they? At one point, I think.
Frustratingly.
Yeah, the second.
The second and third were rough, then fourth, it just sort of.
Third was equal. So when it was going equal,
30 to 35, it was just an offensive onslaught.
I think at the end of the third quarter, it was equal because at that point I was pretty confident Bucks would win them. Purely because you have Giannis. But yeah, it was. I was watching the game and I was like, Bucks are probably winning this. And then the second quarter started, I was like, okay, maybe they might not. And then the fourth quarter happened. I was like, okay, never mind. Just do nothing. It's fine. The thing is, I'm happy for the Bucks. Like, I'm happy that this series had no injuries for once. Because this whole playoffs, I've just been like, oh, this is a great series. Someone got injured. Never mind.
I literally think no one can complain about this series.
This series was perfect.
No one. It was a good
really
series.
Good.
My only complaint is that I didn't go an extra game. I didn't really care who won. I didn't. I was just enjoying watching good basketball. Like after game 2, I mean, every game Bucks won.
Yeah,
they won 4 in a row.
Game 3 to 5 was like last 30 seconds, last minute.
Even game 6 was ended up tight. Like, well, pretty tight. Even though you felt pretty.
To be fair,
was going to win near the end.
Game 3 wasn't that tight. Game 3 was not that tight at all.
Oh no, game 3 wasn't that tight. But after then, like I wanted another game, and it's like after game 3, it could have gone either way for either team.
Yeah,
really.
No, that's true.
And it just, the best team did win. Yeah. I'm just happy the Nets didn't win. Not gonna lie.
Hey, the downside is you might not gonna keep Budenholzer, and that's gonna be.
That is the downside. However, I got to give him credit. He did make adjustments. He did make adjustments all playoffs, but he did show some of his tendencies, like giving fucking Jeff T minutes. And drop coverage, I'm still unsure about how Milwaukee do it. Like, they were doing it early in the series, and, like, Chris Paul and Devin Booker were just eating them up. That's why they won the first 2 games. It was like the drop coverage just wasn't working. The middies were going in. And then, like, after then, they were still doing drop coverage, but for some reason it was working.
It was actually gelling together, yeah.
But I maybe it's more of a fault of Phoenix. Speaking of fault of Phoenix, Devin Booker didn't really have a good game at all. 6 turnovers, 19 points. 0 from 7 from 3. Jay Crowder himself was 2 from 3 from 3. Into the entire game, their 3-point percentage was 24%.
That's pretty rough.
Good. Not good.
That's rough.
Good at all. Not good at all. The only guy who actually made all of their threes was Cameron Payne. Everyone else was like 50%. Well, CP3 made 50% of his three. CP3 had himself a game. Like, he had 26 points. I say only 3 turnovers. Like, that's a lot for Chris Paul. The fact that that's a lot for Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He did it, however, only have 5 assists, which is not very Chris Paul-like.
No.
Usually tries to include the offense. Jay Crowder had 13 rebounds. DeAndre Ayton. What the fuck? 33% from the field, and he's a guy who shoots from the inside.
No.
6 rebounds as well. He got 5 personal fouls. Chris Paul had 5 personal fouls. I have a feeling they were in foul trouble, weren't they? This was Tuesday. I'm trying hard to remember how this went.
They were.
I should have probably wrote down my thoughts at the time. But
I think it's just a bad game for them. It's just some of them. I think Chris Paul's low assists is also attributed to the fact that they couldn't score no matter when you got them the ball. I think. Yeah. Bucks did well defensively, and with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, it's enough to trouble, and make sure you never have a good shot. And then, you got PJ Tucker as well, players like that who can really make sure you don't have easy shots. But especially Devin Booker, he had enough opportunities to, knock some down, but when they're not hitting, they are not hitting, and it's
painful for everyone else.
Well, not for you. I was going to say, that's one of them. When it's your team, you're upset. When it's not your team, you're like, It is what it is. We won.
Exactly. First 2 games, I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Games 3, 4, 5, and 6, I was like, suck it. Oh, it was great.
The thing is, first 2 games I was watching it, and when the Phoenix were winning, I wasn't that invested. I was like, oh, what? I was looking at it like, shit, okay, 2-0. And then we were like, actually, it kind of went how the series is meant to go. It's meant to be 2-0, Phoenix are at home. And then, obviously, I watched game 3, and I was like, oh, shit. And then I was actually like, I don't know if I want to win. I was like, if Phoenix win, I was like, Chris Paul gets his ring. Cool. I was like, if the Bucks win, I like the Bucks, so cool. I was just kind of like, let's just have a good series. And then game 3, I was like, okay, back. I was like 2-1, 2-2. And then we had the podcast that week, and we said, look, we were like, whoever wins that away game, and then fucking the Bucks win in Phoenix, and it's like, oh, okay. And Drew Holiday literally ripped that ball from Devin Booker. I was like, okay. The little alley oop. I was like, okay. I was like 3-2, and then I was like, I'd love this to be a game 7 because as a neutral, that's what you want to see. But then I was watching that game, and I was like, Giannis does not want a game 7. Never mind.
No.
To be fair, they won it on their home court. They won it on their home court. Yeah. I'm trying to find the biggest. Well, the biggest, like on average plus minus, the biggest one was Drew Holiday, who was a 6.2.
Sounds about right.
Milwaukee were winning more with Drew on the court than Giannis.
Yeah,
saying.
I think Drew's a great player, and I think when you look at last season, obviously how the Bucks got
he's
bounced.
the best player for USA currently.
Yeah. When you look at last season, how the Bucks got bounced. I don't remember who to. We're not going to talk about it.
Toronto, right? Toronto, then Miami.
But yeah, when you look at that, it's you compare that roster to this one. Obviously, you've added Drew Holiday. They benefited in adding PJ Tucker from. They basically benefited from Houston rebuilding and taking PJ Tucker, who is that big guard who was able like defense. Someone who just thinks in all defense, and that's all he cares about, which has been useful for them. And they showed that obviously in this series. They built a great roster, and then they built enough that it meant that Giannis had the opportunity to go and be that guy to win them games for them. Like like when you look at us, like in other games, obviously a lot of time he had to do everything, whereas now you do have Chris Middleton, you do have Drew Holiday, you got rid of Eric Bledsoe, so that was a good.
That was a big deal. Eric Bledsoe is pretty trash. Not gonna lie.
He was looking at his 2 former teams in the finals, like, what the fuck is it me?
Also, fun. I just realized, like in their first years of leaving the New Orleans Hornets, Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday won championships. Both won titles in their first year of leaving. Just throwing that out there. They probably could have ended up. They didn't even pass the first round. I think they made it to the second round once, maybe. I can't remember.
So
no one cares.
The New Orleans with AD.
New Orleans Pelicans. Sorry, New Orleans Hornets.
With AD, I think they got.
The 90s.
With AD, I think they beat the Trailblazers once.
Yes, they beat the Trailblazers,
and then they lost in the second round. But yeah, apart from that, they've never gone that far. But yeah, no, it was just build roster build. And I think when you look at these playoffs, they especially once they got against Brooklyn and got lucky with the injury stuff, and then they had that thing, and once that foot was on the line, you kind of realize this might be the Bucks here. And I was like,
clearly something's working in their favor.
Yeah,
it's one of them where like it can go either way, and it's like, okay, this has gone our way, so we've got the team, we've got the roster, and now we're getting a bit of luck as well. Once those things start hitting at the same time, you
know what? Giannis could have left last season. He could have signed an extension. Was it last season or this? It would have been the Giannis could have kept his free agency a question and left this season. He could have, they could have fired Mike Budenholzer. They should.
They still got. I mean,
they stuck by it and they ran it all back, and they brought in Drew Holiday, which is like the best acquisition, not named Chris Paul, who was on the other team. You cannot be mad at the Bucks winning unless you're a Nets fan. You cannot be mad.
Yeah.
I think you're. I mean, Nets fan, but yeah.
Sorry,
I think,
net bandwagon.
Yeah.
I think Giannis has advocated a different way of trying to do this, and I think when he signed that extension, a lot of people were like, "Why?" Because I think they thought you can't win in Milwaukee. And obviously, a lot of the moves that have been made.
I mean, you can just ask Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I said Hakeem, and then I got confused with Hakeem Olajuwon, and then I said Kareem, and then I was going to say Kareem Olajuwon.
Hakeem Abdul-Olajuwon.
There we go.
Now
that player.
That's one of those names.
There's the goat.
LeBron Jordan.
But no, I think he's advocating a different way of doing it. And I think a lot of people wanted him to go to Golden State or whatever. But he won't stay in the
No
Bucks.
one wanted him to go to Golden State other than Golden State.
No, that was last year, the whole discussion. Especially was people saying that, like, oh, maybe that you send Giannis to Golden State and that would be balancing the Lakers super team, which the whole thing.
Oh,
but yeah.
Super team, AD and LeBron.
Oh god, it's the super team argument in itself is weird because there was a whole conversation about it, and they're like the Lakers were last year were super. But yeah, Giannis, I don't think no one can really hate this. Like he chose to stay where he was. They've brought good players around him, and they've won it via a tough competition. And they were the best team. Like how can you hate that? If you love basketball, this is the basketball you want to see.
Yeah, let's key in on Giannis here. He won Finals MVP. He had 35, well deservedly, because he had the most points per game by 7.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
35.2. The closest one then was Devin Booker with 28, and then he had also 13.2 rebounds and 5 assists.
The man put up numbers that only Shaq has done.
Yeah.
For me,
not even Shaq. He's the first player. I think he's the first player in NBA history to drop a 50 point, 15 rebound, 5 blocks in a game. Yeah. And also, did you see one of his obviously many interviews afterwards was like, people didn't know I could pass, and that was the one thing I was like, the last couple games, Bucks games, I was very impressed with was Giannis's passing. He showed some playmaking ability.
Yeah, I didn't know he had that.
No, I feel like he knew he had to, because a lot of people would think, oh, just surround him with shooters. But Giannis looked within himself and thought, what could I do? If I get double teamed or if I get shown a wall, that means I can pass. I have to pass to an open man. So I'm going to have to get my passing better. And he did that. He showed that. He showcased it.
Yeah, it's a lot better than last year when he kind of ran into a wall.
5 assists a game. 5 assists a game.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
rebounds.
Compare that to Giannis last year, where he kind of ran into the wall consistently and wasn't able to make those passes. Compare that to now, and that you can see the evolution of the player. And I think that's one of the things. Sometimes, especially with these elite players, sometimes you learn through your losses. And obviously, the last couple of years, the Bucks have been favorites going in. He's been the MVP going in, and they've fallen short. And I think it shows a lot about him that he was able to look at himself and say, what did I need to do better? Okay, maybe I need to pass this better. What shots do I not need to take? What do I need to do?
My favorite thing about it was that he didn't decide that he needed to shoot threes. Like, everyone would have told him, like, oh, Giannis with a 3-point shot would be GOAT. Like, that's just not his game, though, is it? It's just
Let the big men be big men. I want to see him.
The one thing he could work on is his free throws.
And his free throw timing.
Yeah, I was going to say getting the time down. That was...
You know how hard it is when it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you want to watch a basketball game, and it's 15 seconds, and you're like, please, I need action. When the man trying to sleep, I'm going 1, 2, 3. Wait, I'm up.
Has he made the shot yet? No? Okay. A couple more seconds.
Oh, it was the Phoenix. It was the fans counting with the money. They were like 7, and he's like, I don't care. I'm gonna stay here do this whole thing. And then even in what was his free throw in game 6? Like what? 15 out of 17.
17 from 19.
17 from 19. Like I'm still hitting him even.
He just randomly started hitting him.
Look, man, when he was waiting for the pressure to be on. That's why you like to build up the time in it. This is clearly what he was working on.
Bobby Portis was 100% for the series, by the way. Just saying. Just saying. I'm very much a Bobby Portis supporter.
I
I'm
can
very
tell.
much not a Jeff Teague supporter. who
Like,
had
we
66
can also
70.
tell.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit obvious that.
These stats seem to be weighted in the fuck Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague got a ring. I'm very upset by this. I'm very upset by this.
What did he do to you?
He entered the fucking court.
Yeah, for a minute and 46 seconds.
He should have done the right thing. And Mike Budenholzer was like, Jeff, get up, and he was like, you know what, coach? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe
Coach, I'm sorry, I've hurt myself. No, you look fine. Oh, I'm sorry, I broke my finger.
I broke my own arm.
Maybe,
Hey,
maybe,
my favorite...
maybe we don't give me minutes.
Yo, you go on the court. I think it's best for everyone if I don't.
For everyone here that I don't. Put on someone like Thanasis.
Wasn't
I don't
Thanasis
know.
out? Thanasis was out of COVID, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Better him than Jeff Teague.
Alright, play Thanasis is not here. Still be better than me. Plays Shadow.
Where the fuck? Hold on.
Alright.
All I'm saying is, with Thanasis on the court, the Bucks outscored Phoenix by 1 point. So
Positive, doesn't matter how much.
the opposite. Jeff Teague -2 on average. -2.
Ooh.
Where are you finding Jeff Teague?
9 minutes a game. 9 minutes a game. 9 minutes.
Are you want to fight
9 minutes too long?
I had no idea you were going to come with Jeff Teague slander. Of all the players in the world, I didn't think you'd be honing in on Jeff Teague's efficiency in play.
Oh, God.
If you want to do this, he's 20% from 3. He's 33.3% from the field. Where the fuck? Where's his? I want to see advanced stats. I want to see his turnover ratio. I've got a shot clock. I don't care this much. I just don't like him.
I expected a pre-prepared video there. We were like, actually, let's look at all of Jeff Teague's bad moments here. Look, Jeff Teague can get 90 seconds in Game 6 because I saw J.R. Smith take his jersey off, take his training top off, and didn't play any time in the Game 6. He just ran onto the court straight away and was celebrating with the Henny already, like it was mad.
Nah, that's just a mockery.
I think DeMarcus Cousins was shooting threes. That's when I knew that like the man were like, okay, the game's done. I was like, what is going on? I was like, why are you respectful? Like, let's show your opponent some respect. Let's not be shooting threes from everywhere. And the motherfucker hits it. I was like, okay. But now, you know.
Oh, God almighty.
What's the play for narcissism?
Oh, God.
As if all the Antetokounmpo brothers have won, well, the ones that are in the NBA have won a title within 12 months. That is one.
At least the ones in the NBA.
Yeah, the other ones, the ones that aren't in the NBA, I don't know them.
I think there's only one other brother. What does he even do?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the last I'm not even going to.
What is the last Antetokounmpo?
No, wait. Hold on. The last Antetokounmpo.
Oh, yeah, you've got about. Jesus Christ, there's 5 of them.
Wait, is there? There's Thanasis, Costas, Alex, and Francis.
Alex.
Oh, and Giannis, obviously.
Yeah. Alex.
He was never bred to be NBA though.
His name's Alexandros.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that does sound a lot more Greek.
Yeah. He's 19.
I mean, that sounds more Greek than the other names. Not gonna lie.
What? Thanasis
but then you've just
Costas.
got Yeah, but Alexandros is like
no. Thanasis is Athanasios. The teammate. Athanasios.
So maybe it's not Francis. Maybe it's
Costas is Konstantinos. Yeah, Konstantinos. That's heavy Greek.
Yeah, now we get it. Now it makes more sense.
Costas is the oldest brother. He's also the shortest. He's a semi-professional basketball player.
Costas is
Oh
the
wait, no,
older
he's
one.
6
This is
feet 5.
23.
He's 6'5". Francis.
Thanasis is 29.
Yeah.
Wait, but I thought it was like 12. What the fuck?
Wait, this is a madness still.
I thought he brought his little brother along with him.
Wait, Francis is the oldest one.
Thanasis is the old. Fam,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is for 6'2". You know how pissed you'd be if your younger brother came for you, was better than you,
Taller than
inches
you, stronger than you. and
Yeah,
got an
yeah,
MVP
got the nickname the Greek Freak.
Oh, Jesus. I think
There are
I'd
a lot of
cry.
players who play in Europe or at the NBA level. If the United States underestimate the national teams, it will fly fast from Olympia.
Bro,
I
they
mean-
could literally do Greece and just have the Antetokounmpos.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? So someone was asking me earlier. They were like, I think the question was, how many of the American Olympic basketball team are in the top 10? And they were like, maximum 2. And then they were literally going through like, well, you have to remember Luka, Giannis, Jokic. I was
Right.
like, oh shit, we have a lot of European players. I was like, you might not finna. USA can't walk
Like-
shit anymore. My bad, call LeBron and Steph.
We got Olympic questions. There's a lot. So yeah, so it's let's talk about the Olympics right now.
One sec,
so-
wait. What are you doing? I'm just gonna change the Thank you. There we go. Okay. I'm over this.
Let's talk about that.
It's so
So
over it.
obviously, last podcast we said that today was going to be the day of like the first round of games of the basketball
Of the Olympic basketball group stage.
Olympics basketball. There's only been 4 games played. You had France. Oh, sorry, no, we'll save that one. We had Czech Republic and Iran. Czech Republic won 84-78. Well done, those guys. You had Australia against Nigeria, which was very exciting because it was 2 teams that beat America. Interesting that. However, Australia beat them by 17. Wow. 84-67. And Italy beat Germany 92-82. But the most important game was in Group A when you had France against USA, where USA lost. France won 83-76. This is their 3rd loss in 4 games.
Yep.
3rd in 4.
Let me just do it. Wait, is it 3rd and 4? It might be. Wait.
Yes, not lost to Nigeria, lost to Australia, won Argentina, beat Argentina, lost to France.
But they had another one. What's out of them though?
No, they're 3 and 4. They're 3 and 4 with Greg Popovich. Just saying, with Greg Popovich.
I refuse to blame him for anything.
The question is, what are the US team going to do now then?
That's okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
Call me Kevin Croissant.
Sorry,
Jesus
I
Christ.
had that one loaded because you know. You can just submit the flag with anything, like no matter who they lose to, you can just put.
Obviously, ever since basketball was in the Olympics, America have been overwhelming favorites, especially since 1992, when they had the Dream Team and when they had professionals starting to actually play. Until 2004, when they lost and only won bronze medals because they lost to an Argentina team. Funnily enough, that was the last time they lost in the Olympics.
Yeah. Until
They went on
today.
a 24-25 game winning streak until today when they lost to France, who played Evan Fournier, who scored 28 points. That's who their hooper was. And they played 2 centers. KD scored 10.
Ooh.
Damian Lillard scored 11. USA's best player was Drew Holiday, who joined the team yesterday or the day before. He's barely had 24 hours with the team. He scored 18.
It's literally just come off the back of that championship and been
What
like,
is
yo,
going
this is
on?
how you do it. Follow me. And they just
KD got
lost
into
it.
KD got into foul trouble really quickly. Like he had 4 fouls, and then the offense just went into nothing. It just dissolved. They had 2 centers. France had 2 centers. How can you not score on that? Wait, hold on. I know why. Near the end, the score was 74-76, right? So what did the USA do? They just start chucking threes.
Oh, obviously they've got
Dame,
defensive player of the year.
KD, was it Dame? I think it was Dame. KD definitely too. They're just 3, miss, corner 3, miss. Oh my god, it was horrible. Damian Lillard, he passed up an open 3 to pass.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's clearly not Dame time.
No.
He needs to adjust to the time zone, clearly.
Planning it the 6 hours.
Time zone, yeah. He needs to adjust the time zone.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. He had a bad, like, he went, sorry, it was worse because he passed up an open 3 to pass, which was stolen. Where is this Damian Lillard killer instinct
Chris,
gone?
what were they meant to do?
Man.
They're playing against the defensive player of the year.
Bro, I started with Jeff Teague. Don't make me end on that. Don't make me do this.
Oh, no.
We know what my thoughts and feelings are with Gobert.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I think that's an understatement, Chris.
Hey. I mean, he scored more than a lot of these men. Now,
Did Gobert actually score? I don't actually know.
I don't know if he was there. I couldn't tell you he was actually there.
I didn't even watch the game because I was at work. I'm assuming it was Capella and Gobert,
We'll find out.
the 2 centers. That's all. That's my guess. USA have been the overwhelming favorites, for obvious reasons. But they've lost their first game.
He scored 14 points and 9 rebounds.
Wow, he scored more than KD. And what's interesting as well is the scoreline, because the scoreline is like obviously a lot of these Olympic. How long do these Olympic games go for?
It's a few weeks. Probably about a month.
No. No, I mean
games.
the length of the game. How long are Olympic basketball games? Come to the Time Out podcast, guys. We're full of knowledge.
And Google.
There's 3-on-3s.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got 3-on-3s. That's awesome. I'm gonna watch that shit. I did not know that. It's 10-minute quarters, so there's 8 minutes missing, but still, that kind of scoreline. Me and David, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, when you're 2 points up with 3 minutes to go, it doesn't matter how long the quarters are. You should be just, especially when you're overwhelming favorites. That's normally when you want your star players to come out and, get those big buckets. Instead, there was that sequence of like 5 missed shots in a row that I saw that was just brick.
And the rest.
Oh, wait. It was like brick. They got the rebound, threw it out. Another brick. Got a rebound. Someone came back after running back. Like, okay, I've got it. No rebound. And then the whistle was blown for someone. I was like, yeah, you know what? Referee saved you there, fam. Like, this is horrible. I was like, this is stop. Yeah,
Oh, God.
Oh
funny.
my lord! Who they got left in their
Czech Republic.
Well, I checked on the France team basketball team Olympic website. They have Nicolas Batum as a featured player.
Mm.
Fucking horrible.
Oh wait. Quote from
Yeah,
Evan
oh,
Fournier.
you know what? You know what's funny? Wasn't there a quote about Giannis? Like, one of the old Bucks assistant coaches just said, at best you could be a Nicholas Batum type player, and Giannis like replied, going, if I end up being like Nicholas Batum, then I'm going out the league or something. Then I'm playing like in G League or something. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, they've got Iran, I think, and they got Czech Republic.
But
Two very winnable games, you'd
But
think.
can we just appreciate this? Can we appreciate this?
Oh no! Oh no!
France went on a 14-0 run in the fourth. It wasn't like you were up.
Wait, I swear they went on a 22. At one point they went on a 22-7 run because USA were up quite big, and they went on a 22-7 run, like end of the third, beginning of the fourth. Like
that's just painful to watch.
7 points up with 3 minutes to go, and you lose the game by 7 points. That is. And like,
I want to see more of this. Hold on.
this is a team that has KD, Lillard, Tatum.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
god!
Nah.
If they lose to like Czech Republic and go out, I don't think American media is going to lose its mind.
Oh, 100%.
Well, I would.
100%.
That'd be hilarious. I'd love that. Wait, I'm just looking at the play-by-play.
Yeah, don't ask. That happens a lot around here.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. The last sequence was Damian Lillard, 3-point shot missed. Bam's real name is Idris Femi Adebayo. Jesus.
Femi! Now I know he's Nigerian. There we go. I was doubting it before. Now I'm Femi.
Kevin Durant's middle name is Wayne.
What?
Kevin Wayne Durant.
Wayne.
Draymond Jamal Green.
That sounds right. He's a Jamal. He's got Jamal.
Yeah. To be fair.
Drew Randall Holiday.
Oh, that's weird.
Randall. Draymond,
Don't
Jamal,
like
Black Air Force Energy, Green. That's the whole thing. You don't see that bit in there.
Jamal Energy Green.
It's Jamal Black Air Force Energy Green. That's the. But not even when he was jumping up and kicking man in the nuts. That was pure thug energy. I don't know what was going on with him.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I stopped doing the play-by-plays, and I'm now just interested to see if I can see anyone else's middle name.
While you are looking at people's middle names, here are the stats.
No one else's middle names showing
Here are
up.
the stats for the last 3 minutes. So, yeah.
Oh, no.
0 for 9.
Oh, shit.
0 for 6. 7 fouls. 7 fouls.
Yo.
Yeah, they just collapsed.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it's awful. They had.
Oh, that's real bad.
So they had. Wait, let me see that again. 0 for 9 from field goals, 0 from 6 from 3, and 7 fouls. Like, they made it really.
They really did make it hard for themselves, didn't they?
They just sent France to
Holy
like.
shit.
It was.
It's the Black Air Force energy coming out.
Thank you. Now I know who the leader of the squad is. It's Draymond. He's just telling everyone to go foul and kill.
Right. Right. So that's 76-74. Kevin Wayne Durant 3 pull-up missed. Offensive rebound. Layup missed. Offensive rebound. 2-point shot missed. Steal. 3-point shot by Kevin Wayne Durant missed. Drew Holiday, a jump shot missed. I'm still waiting to them to actually make a shot that isn't a free throw. Going up. They literally, no, not happening. No.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Mm-mm. I actually cry, but at the
Fam.
same time, I feel
don't
bad,
think
but at the
I-
same time, I kind of don't.
So here's what
Do
the
you
thing for me
remember
is.
do you remember when Lucas said it was harder to score in Europe than it is in the
Yeah,
NBA, and
Yeah, and everyone laughed at him. Yeah, they're like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? He's like, no, literally, it's harder to score there. Well, now we're seeing it. But I
Yeah.
think the thing for me is, 1 sec. How about starting Holiday in place of Lillard? I mean,
You know, I was thinking, I was genuinely thinking about this, right? Yes,
really?
right. He's only been with the team. What they should do is actually have like a starting lineup, like I know they're kind of set on the ones that they have right now, but they need like to give some players more minutes. Because clearly Drew Holiday is a player that you want playing against other Olympic players and European players. Because Drew Holiday, he's great defensively and he can get his own shot and stuff. And he's very grit and grind. He can do that, right?
Yeah.
I could see that happening. If you're playing Kevin Durant, yes, play Kevin Durant. But I also would not play like a Damian Lillard with him at the same time. Or, I mean, Russell Westbrook, probably not. I mean, we saw what happened. with OKC.
Yeah.
Like,
bit awkward
like,
that.
you know all that stuff. Like, I would, and I'd give more minutes to those players. I'd simply give more minutes to those players. I don't exactly know what the minutes were. Hold on, let me look at this box score.
Yeah,
Because, like, I want to see if there's anyone who had any more minutes than. I mean, France did. Okay, so they did actually. So Drew Holiday was nearly 30. Damian Lillard was nearly 30. Idris Femi Adebayo was 25, and Draymond Jamal Green was 21. Houston Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant's first name is Houston.
Really?
Who knows that John Houston? What?
He did not play.
Hey, man, you better go join.
He played JaVale McGee for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh no.
There was no one other than Jason Tatum and Kevin Wayne Durant that had a positive plus minus, and it was only by 2 points.
Wait, once. What? Mad.
Yeah,
That is. Also,
it's insane.
that's
Like with this USA team, who would you have as your starting lineup? Because I'm playing. I'd probably play Damian Lillard.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll probably play Damian Lillard. Although with how he played the last game, maybe not. Damian Lillard, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Kevin Durant, and Bam, because he's literally the only fucking center.
He also
Not-
got. Yeah, I mean that
not
makes sense.
with a Shaq in the full MVP.
Shaqting a full MVP.
I mean, I'm swapping Chris Middleton out for Black Air Force Energy. Draymond Green.
My man looks like he just thought
No!
that. He
Call
does
him
look
by
like he
his-
just thought that.
Call him by his full name, Draymond Jamal Green.
Draymond Jamal, Black Air Force Energy, Green. But I think that lineup probably works. You could probably take out Dame if you needed to. I don't know. I think if I'm Team America, though, whatever change they make, they have to happen now because
It needs to be done.
if they lose to Czech Republic or one of these teams, my God! And if they dare, and the thing is, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to beat Czech Republic and Iran, go through to whatever the next stage is, and then get complacent that like, oh, we fixed the problem now, and then you play, and then you end up playing a decent team, and then this shit happens again because there are better teams in France in this competition, and
Oh well, if we're looking at what teams are better than France in this competition, I have the odds on brackets. So above France, you have Slovenia, who have Luka Doncic, Spain,
Sorry,
What?
sorry. Slovenia have Luka Doncic. Anyway, so Spain.
Needless. I don't need to say anything
That's
else.
why I laughed. That's why I laughed. I was like, that's it. They've got Luka. Move on.
Don't need to say anything else. Spain.
No.
Wait,
It's pretty
don't
much
they have
summed it all up.
Do they have Dragic this Olympics? Probably not. He's probably too old now. Probably too old to care.
Oh no.
Spain, Australia is the second best, and Australia already beat USA. So
Yeah.
Australia, if they do face them in even if USA even make it to the gold medal game, Australia are already have that confidence that they've beat them before. So
I want to say it might just be one of those things where it was a weakened side for America, but can't really say that about France, so they're probably in a little bit of trouble.
A weakened side America.
I say that very
Weak.
loosely because they were missing players because they were still playing in the finals, weren't they?
They still had Kevin Durant and Bam Adebayo and Draymond Green and Damian Lillard and Zach LaVine and hold on. Houston Jeremy Grant.
Well, yeah. I just want to say that Slovenia may not have Goran Dragic, but they have Zoran Dragic, so they're fine.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Zoran Dragic. Yes, I like the Dragons, Twin Dragons. Yes.
But yeah,
cool. I swear they have another NBA player. I can't remember who.
Probably, I don't mean. But the thing is, with America are the team that have no excuse for really. You can't really complain about having. Their weakened squad is better than most teams. Individually, player by player, their weakened squads are better than most teams' best squads.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
I think
yeah.
It's a team of individuals who are playing individually.
Oh, they have a guy, but it's literally no one of note. He just plays for the Denver Nuggets. It's Vlatko Kanka.
Oh yeah, my guy. Yeah.
I'm literally looking down the list of NBA players in the Olympics, and you get headings of out of all the teams that are in the Olympics, 3 times 4, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Literally, I think it's literally Czech. I think it's just Iran that doesn't have an NBA player. Just Iran. Yeah.
Yet.
So Argentina have Campazzo, Luca Vildoza, and Gabriel Deck. Do they get minutes? I don't think so. Australia, they have Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, Aaron Baines, and Matisse Stuyvesant, Dante Exum, Josh Green, Matthew Dellavedova.
And that's it.
Who isn't in the NBA anymore. But
yeah, he started the
Czech Republic have Thomas Satoransky. France have Frank Nikita, Timothy Luwawu Cabaret. Cabarro. Nick Batum, Evan Fournier, and Rudy Gobert. Germany have Isaac Bonga and Mo Wagner. No. Italy have Danilo Gallinari, Nico Mannion, Nicolo Melli.
And that's it.
Nicolo Melli.
Yeah.
Japan have Rui Hachimura and Yuta Watanabe. Nigeria have a lot of NBA players.
God damn.
I don't want to do the Stephen A thing. They have Metu Josh Okogie, Gabe Vincent, George Nwara, Precious Achuha, Jahil Okafor. That's it. I never knew. Casey Akapala and Mie Oni, I think, maybe. Yeah. Slovenia have Luka and some guy called Kankar.
Obviously.
Mark Gasol, Spain have Marc Gasol, Willie Hernan Gomez, Ricky
Fuck
Rubio,
Oh,
And Carl three.
Juancho Hernan Gomez, and then United States, Bam Adebayo, Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Kevin Wayne Durant, Houston Jeremy Grant. That rhymes. That felt good.
It really does.
Draymond Jamal Green, Drew Randall Holiday, Keldon Johnson, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, JaVale McGee, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum. All
Bam
those players.
Femi Adebayo.
No, it's not Bam Femi. There was another name. Idris
Femi Adebayo.
Femi Adebayo.
By the way, I'm just saying now. These men are kind of lucky that Bam didn't choose Nigeria and that Giannis didn't choose Nigeria either. Because
yeah, that would have hurt. That would have hurt a lot.
that Nigerian roster with Bam, Giannis, and I'm assuming if you take Giannis, you get Thanasis, and I assume they're a package deal. That would have been. That'd have been.
I
Well,
wanted
I
to
know,
come
I'm
and get
pretty
the rest
sure.
of
I'm
them.
pretty sure one of the Antetokounmpos actually play for the Dominican Republic.
Yes, they do. I
think.
don't know which one, but yeah, they do. They do.
I'm pretty sure one of them does. But yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like player for player, they've got the best, best selection you could possibly have. But
Hmm.
you're coming up against obviously different types of officiating, and then you're coming up against teams who are going to play America. Like this is their be all and end all. Like there are no friendlies when you play Team USA. That's why
No.
Australia played them, beat them, Nigeria beat them, and was so happy. Like these teams really want to beat America because that's the standard there. Like you're the team, you're the country with the most NBA players. So
Hmm.
when we play you, we want to beat you. And also you got players who USA don't play as a team. They just play as individuals who all know that they're capable of getting 15 to 20 points on a good day, and then they just hope that's enough. And obviously when you come up against some of these teams who are playing like actual teams and have a style of play they want to play and they're ready to be gritty, and you're not getting the fouls you think you should deserve, in those like that France game, the last 3 minutes, if you're up 7, you expect USA to win that because you think you've got the players to go through that. You shouldn't have. It's rare to see all 5 American players on the court all missing shots, but this year we're having it, and instead of playing smarter and trying to get
Well,
higher
they
percentage,
refused to go inside.
yes,
Even with 2 centers, they were still getting
Yeah.
offensive
so
rebounds.
even with the high percent, like you'd expect that maybe their player will try to slow it down, go inside, get some fouls, get some free throws, and slow the game down. But they were like, no, we will keep shooting threes.
Hmm.
And when it doesn't work, they just look stupid. Like KD
Yeah,
pulling up and
that's what they
missing, and then going, "Oh shit, I'll pull up again and missing." It's like, now what? Like, if they don't have a plan B, they're just going to lose these games. And Australia have got a good roster. Nigeria have got players with NBA experience. You've got Slovenia with Luka Doncic and players who literally. I feel like some of them Slovenia players will die for Luka Doncic before they let Team America walk through them. Like their qualification for the Olympics was nuts. I was watching some of their qualification games. Their man, I had no idea who any of them people were, but I was like, shit, I support this team. Like, I was like, yo, I joined them. I'm Slovenian now, blood. It's different. I'm waiting for the new passport. Once the new passport comes,
All right. I'm Slovenian now.
yeah,
Right. I think we can end it there now. I think next week we can talk more about the Olympics, maybe some trade rumors.
And we talk about America when they, because by next week America's gonna be out of the Olympics. Though. Like,
Oh,
Just
yeah.
watch them go into gold now.
I told you when I told you. I'm gonna slander them.
That's not a hot take.
It really isn't. It really
That's not a
fucking
hot
isn't.
take.
Oh,
That's what's
man.
expected.
They've lost
And
5
it's
games.
not
in,
like
like,
it's not like
6
it's expected as if like Brooklyn were expected to win the championship this year. I mean, it's almost a foregone conclusion. It should have been, but it's not.
Mm.
It clearly isn't. They've lost 3 of the last 4 games.
God. Oh, it's. I want to see them. I want to see them succeed, but it's so much funnier watching them fail.
Thing is, so I'm attached to some of these players because obviously
Motherfucker! Why am I ever? Oh, okay, cool. I appreciate that now. I've literally just seen the banner at the bottom scroll across, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take that.
Look, man, I'm doing things I didn't know I could do. But but the thing is, obviously, we watch NBA a lot, and obviously, so you kind of normally get, you're kind of more drawn towards the players you actually know. So it becomes a Team America. But when they lose, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not American. This doesn't hurt me at all. It's like, oh yeah, it's a win-win for me. Either they win and I'm like, well, they were expected to, or they lose and it's funny. And when they lose, they collapse on social media, and I just sit there going, "Wow, you might have never lost before."
No,
no.
I've never used Twitter more in my entire life.
Yeah, we're
on my bus on the bus on the way back home, watching like just American basketball Twitter.
It's the way they lose their mind. They're like, "We lost to France." Who? I'm like, yes, you lost to France.
The good news is, as long as they win the next 2 games, they still go through.
If
the bad news is they need to win the next 2 games.
If Iran with no NBA players beats America, I will not be doing this podcast. I'll be on Twitter just causing shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, you lost to Iran, fam, and see how many times people threaten me.
But I believe now we have to take a time out. Me and David will be back next week. I'm sure we'll bring back Richard again at some point.
I'm more than happy to come back.
Last time we said that the Bucks were the championship. I don't want to bring him.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Nets didn't win. I don't care.
That's true.
His team swept my team. I don't care.
Yeah, I have to
They beat the Nets and they won the championship. So I'm like, I mean, we did get swept by the champions. So
yeah, can't really complain about that.
Not gonna lie, if you lose, you want to be the champions. Like, we lost to the best team. Oh no. What could you have done? Yeah.
Anyways, we'll take a time out.
All right, in a bit.
In a bit.
Bucks in 6.
Fuck you.